Thank you.
Good day, everybody. I'm Darrell Kunitomi. You may have heard that name before. Hope you come tonight to see the Grateful Crane Ensemble do camp dance at, well, just down the road over there at a local high school auditorium. And the price is right. It's free. That's a good word. Back in 1944, the famous Cole Porter wrote this song, guys. And it said a lot about what was going on outside and inside. Oh, give me land, lots of land under starry skies above. Don't fence me in. Let me ride through the wide open country that I love. Don't fence me in. Let me be by myself in the evening breeze. Listen to the murmur of the cottonwood trees. Send me off forever, but I ask you please, don't fence me in. Now at the end of the show today, we're all gonna sing this, guys. The words are in your books. Some of you older folks might remember this, and you younger folks, you're just gonna have to slow down. Let me be by myself in the evening breeze. Listen to the murmur of the cottonwood trees. Send me off forever, but I ask you please, don't fence me in. One more time. Don't fence me in. Thank you, Victor.
Thank you very much, Victor and Darrell. So up next, we will start our part of the program about the effect of internment on America's youth. Coming up to speak right now is our chair, Sue Embrey's grandkids, her grandson, Michael Embrey, and her granddaughter, Monica Embrey. Please welcome them right now.
How's it going? All right. So we're here today trying to understand our history. Something we young people are struggling to understand. Something that we never experienced, but something that we must never forget. Our grandmother, Sue Kunitomi Embrey, has fought to make this place what it is today. For close to 40 years, she's testified before Congress. She's wrote letters, spoke, argued, cried, and cheered. She chose to do this for many reasons, but she has always said that she took up this fight because so many young people were struggling to understand what their families and their parents had gone through.
In the early days of the Manzanar Pilgrimage, our grandmother often spoke of how gratifying it was to see so many Sansei and other youth from all races coming together and struggling to understand how and why this could happen. And more importantly, she always said how essential it was that so many people came forward, pledging to fight against something like this ever happening again. Our grandmother never said shikata ga nai. She says, nidoto ya nai yoni, let it never happen again. Unfortunately, this has happened again. Following 9/11, there was an illegal detainment of over 1,200 Arab Americans. These citizens were detained without their constitutional right to due process of law. Race-based crimes against this community persist. Mosques have been defaced, businesses destroyed, and citizens harassed. This shows that if we don't know our history, it can and will repeat itself.
When I was younger, the pilgrimages were just an excuse to get out of school a few days and to eat some good spam musubi with my family. They're over there too. Most of my friends had never heard of the camps, and after explaining it time and time again, I realized that people my age didn't know our family stories. Everything that happened here deserves more than just a paragraph in an American history textbook. While growing up and going to the pilgrimage every year, it opened my eyes and made me less tolerant to different types of oppression, such as racism, sexism, homophobia, classism, and ageism.
In the fighting spirit of our grandmother, I want to say that we young people must learn from the commitment of our grandparents. Learn from their perseverance, their strength, their courage in this great injustice. We must learn not only to endure, but also learn that through dedication and determination, injustices can be made right. Today, our grandmother's fight is for her health. In her absence, we thank you. Here are excerpts from a poem she wrote in 1980 about our uncle who passed away a few months ago.
Thanks, guys. Cheer for the young people! Yeah! The 60s aren't dead yet. Just the Way I Hoped by Kunitomi Embrey. I saw you on TV tonight, the 11 o'clock news. And though you quickly turned your back, the lilt of your shoulders and wavy black hair, the collar of your plaid shirt pulled round your neck, and your 6'2" caught my heart. And the cameras panned across the crowd. I saw your younger brother just turned 22. Connie Chung and her co-anchorman said you were part of a candlelight protest against the draft, against the nuclear war, and against the president. It was no big thing, they said. A peaceful demonstration with no violent incidents, a crowd they estimated at 1,500. In your Levi's and Adidas blue, you stood tall and strong and brave, just the way I hoped you would. And always in the back room of our brain was the fear that war would last beyond your childhood, and soon you too would go, like your 3 uncles had gone before. Not from the free choice of home in Boyle Heights, but from the high desert barracks along 395 in a place called Manzanar. Day and night you toiled to fill petitions for Proposition 14. You cried the night we lost the elections along Cesar Chavez in East Los Angeles. There was a time when you weren't sure who or what you were. Japanese? Scotch English or French? David said, I'm half Irish and Jew. I'm half my mom and dad, too. It's no big thing. You are you. But it bothered you because when you were 5, a light-skinned kindergartner called you Jap. You were gonna sock him one, you said. And long ago on a late Saturday, as the sun went down in Griffith Park, angry teenagers jeered at us, told us to go back where we were from. Chrome and steel and muffler sounds, we stood our ground. They roared off on motorbikes screaming, Sieg Heil! You and your buddies were only 10. You stood beside me with your weapons of defense, a baseball bat and an empty pop can. I saw you on TV tonight, the 11 o'clock news. I knew your bounce, the wave of your hand, the shake of your head to clear the hair from your eyes, your 6'2", a brief 5 seconds clip. And your younger brother almost as tall, his Levi jacket with the rabbit fur, long hair down below his shoulders, holding a lighted candle in his hand. A smile in his eyes, a twinkled face. He can hardly keep from shouting, 3,000 people are marching in Beverly Hills against the draft, against nuclear war, and against the president. How tall you've grown. How brave you stand. Just the way I hoped you would.